Greetings, everyone. This is the Gardening Snail of Livingston, California. Sometimes bumbling, stumbling, and rambling and rumbling, and occasionally even accused of rumor mongering, but always trying to keep the community informed and local government as honest as possible under the present circumstances. Tuesday's City Council meeting has again been broken up into two parts. Part 2, which will be on YouTube, and Part 1, which will not. In Part 1, we see you can participate in the meeting via teleconference by calling 520-525-8911, but do remember that this is a toll call, and depending on your phone plan, it could cost you a little bit of money. Persons who attend the meeting are asked to follow the current state of California public health guidance. Public comments can be submitted via email at citycouncil@livingstoncity.com. Comments must be received by 2 p.m. on the day of the council meeting. You will need to provide meeting date, name, email, and comment. Please limit to 300 words or 3 minutes. Please include public comment in the subject for the email. And although it isn't spelled out here, it is traditional for people in the good graces of the majority of the council to often be given a little extra time. Citizens' comments, usually limited to 3 minutes, and at special meeting agendas, only need to provide an opportunity for members of the public to directly address the legislative body concerning any item that has been described in the meeting agenda. But once again, although it is not specified here, it is traditional for people who are currently in the good graces of the majority of the council to be given not only a little extra time, but allowed to speak on things that are not on this agenda. And what is specifically listed on this closed session agenda? Conference with Real Property Negotiator. You can see the APN number here, negotiating parties for the city manager, and the city attorney. Pay particular attention to that only the city side negotiator is listed, but there is nothing listed for the other side. That got me a bit curious, so I looked up the APN number, and it looks like it's this little section where the red arrow is pointing. I do remember that once upon a time, a few years ago, there was a big kerfuffle about part of a parking lot, and the city ended up buying that part in order to make it available for public use. But that's a whole story in itself for another day. But whatever the city may be discussing during the closed session, if I got the APN number right, it has the potential to impact 3 groups of people: the people who shop at True Value, the people who would shop at the Fiesta Market eventually, and the people who park there to shop elsewhere in the downtown. I guess the big picture question is the city planning on keeping this area as public parking? Or are they thinking about selling it for one reason or another to a private party who, if they really wanted to, could close it off to the public at any time? Part 2 of this 2-part meeting is at 7 p.m. and it will be streamed on YouTube. We've already talked about how citizens' comments often works. There are 3 presentations followed by announcements and reports. You can see whose announcements and reports are considered important by the list here. On the consent agenda, items 4, 5, and 6 are fairly standard. Item 7 is the adoption of council priorities. I'll show you those in a bit. Item 8 is about bringing our zoning code in line with the state. However, there is a part of this that is about removing the city council as the approving body for site plan and design reviews. And some council members might not be too keen on giving up that much control. Item number 9 is the reappointment of a Planning Commission regular member to a 4-year term. Under discussion and potential action items, there is the unfreezing of a position for police dispatcher and the establishment of a joint fire department commission. What I'm going to do here is show you snips of staff reports and other attachments to the agenda. Along the way, you'll notice highlighting and arrows emphasizing what I think are some of the most important points. Feel free free to pause and read at your leisure. Any views, musings, or opinions expressed on my videos in 2022 are my own as a resident of Livingston and do not represent the views and opinions of the City Council or the City of Livingston itself.